Vad hakten alla Fullfest hela dagen. Mjöl från livets grottekvarn.
The best way to be introduced to any cuisine is to learn about the main spices and herbs used in that kitchen. In this video, we'll give you a tour around all the spices and herbs that are used in the Middle Eastern kitchen. Allspice. It's, I think, the most basic spice in the Middle Eastern kitchen, especially in the Sham countries, along with salt and pepper. We use it in everything: broth, chicken, meat, rice, whatever, you name it. Cloves has a very strong smell and taste, but it's a great addition to your dish. It's used mainly in lots of the rice dishes that are originated from the Gulf area and the South Asian ones too, like the Indian food. But you need to be very careful when you use it because it can actually ruin your dish if you use too much. Also, it can be used as something to ease your teeth pain. It's very, very effective. So if you have any teeth pain and you don't have the time to go to your dentist, chew some of these and you will have a relief. Bay leaves. One of the basic ingredients that you use when you make any type of broth: chicken, lamb, or beef. Also, it has other useful uses, like for example, it keeps weevils away if you put them in your flour or rice storage containers. Dry black lime. This is actually, from its name, it's sour. It adds sourness to your dishes. This is mainly used in the Gulf countries and Iraq in their rice dishes like kabsa and kuzi. It's very, very good, but also you need to use, be careful when using it. Also, a tip: when you use those dried limes, pierce them with a knife or a tip of a fork so they can release all of the flavors in the broth. Fenugreek. This has a very strong smell, but also has very good health benefits. It's a very useful lactation aid. We actually provide it for postpartum mothers after they give birth. It helps in their milk production and also in their postpartum bleeding. In Palestine, for example, we make a dessert from it. We call it hilba tray. It's something like harissa or basbousa, but we use fenugreek. In Egypt, they make it as a drink. They called it moughat. They also make it for the postpartum mothers and also for the guests who come to congratulate the mother for the arriving of the new baby. The other cousin or the other lactation aid that we widely use in Palestine and the Sham countries is actually karawi seeds. In Palestine, Syria, Lebanon, and Jordan, also when the mother gives birth and when people come to congratulate her for the newborn, we make something called mughli. It's basically a karawi-based pudding that we serve for the mother and the guests. Cumin, your tummy friend. This is actually really useful when you cook any food that can produce gases, like cauliflower, cabbage, and lentil. And also if you have gases or tummy aches, you can make like a cumin tea, or even have some cumin powder with a glass of water, and it's actually a good relief. White pepper, the close cousin of the black pepper, but we usually use it when we make white sauces like the yogurt sauce or the bechamel sauce. because we don't want anything to change the color of that sauce. Anise, another tummy-friendly spice that we can make tea out of it for colds or tummy aches, or even to relieve some of the PMS symptoms. The cousin of the anise is the fennel seeds. They go together in all of the sweets, and they are part of the spices that we add to our Eid cookies. Cinnamon, very aromatic, very delicious, very sweet. We add it to broths, chicken, rice, and lots of other dishes. It's widely used in the US as an addition to desserts mainly, but in the Middle East and South Asian cooking, it's heavily used in their savory dishes. Other uses for cinnamon are, we make cinnamon tea. It keeps you really warm in the winter. Also, it triggers, believe it or not, it triggers uterus contraction. So it's really good to initiate labor, and it's really good to relieve PMS symptoms. Cardamom. We use it in broth, soups, especially with chicken dishes. In mensaf, the Jordanian mensaf, this is one of the very least ingredients that you use in mensaf, because mensaf does not use lots of spices, mainly cardamom and a couple of other spices. Also, you find it in the Turkish coffee, the Arabic coffee, and in desserts that are based in the Gulf countries and Iran, and the South Asian countries. Rose petals. They're rarely used, but they add a very nice and unique flavor to rice dishes and some sweets. Also, it's one of the ingredients of the Egyptian style kahk spices that they use in their Egyptian style kahk for Eid. Marjoram. We mainly use it when we make kibbeh, in the kibbeh shell, not in the filling. Also, they say it has other health benefits, and it's good for cold and tummy aches. Turmeric, this bright yellow colored spice. It mainly adds beautiful color to the rice dishes, and I also use it in making broth. It's a great antioxidant, and it's also used in those healthy face masks. Sumac, this delicious sour spice that is taken from the sumac trees. The best sumac I've ever tried was the one grown in Ajloun, Jordan, and in Hebron, Khalil in Palestine. It's vibrant, red, and it's the main ingredient in what I call the king of the Palestinian cuisine, مسخن. Saffron, the gold spice. It's the most expensive spice on earth. It's really good as a unique flavor and color to mainly the rice dishes that were originated from the Gulf area and South Asian countries. It's also used in desserts, especially the Gulf area and Iran. And also, if you go to a good Iranian restaurant, go and try the saffron ice cream. It tastes really good. Dill. It's an herb extensively used in Iraq and Egypt. It's one of the main ingredients in the Egyptian style mahshi or stuffed vegetables. In Iraq, it's used in what they call their green rice, or their fava bean rice. On the other hand, dill seeds are used in Palestine, especially in the Gaza district. The Gaza people like to add it to lots of their savory dishes, and especially to their addition of the Palestinian maftoon. Cilantro, one of the most widely used herb in the Arab countries. It's used in lots of dishes, and usually it's accompanied with garlic to be added to things like shish barak, or the white sauce for the fava bean, and other dishes. Also, we have the dried version of it, which is the coriander seeds, which is the cilantro seeds. We also use it extensively in lots of dishes, rice dishes, savory dishes, of course, not sweet, and it's used in lots of other Arab countries. Parsley, use it in salads, in tabbouleh, in soups. You garnish your dishes. It's very healthy, very vibrant, very tasty. Sage, the thing that you find in every Palestinian kitchen, is another tummy-friendly herb. We also use it in relieving gases and in PMS symptoms. Also, if you eat مسخن, the first thing you do after you're done is you make tea with sage to relieve your stomach from the consequences of eating مسخن with all of that olive oil, sumac, and chicken. In the US, it grows this way. Because we have tons of water, like lots of rain, you see it grows with very huge leaves. In Palestine and Jordan, this is a wild herb, so it's tiny, as you can see. This fresh, beautiful, aromatic herb, you can add it to your tabbouleh, your yalanji filling, to your cucumber yogurt salad, and it's a great companion for your tea. It tastes delicious, and it's also used as a cold remedy. It relieves coughing and chest congestion. Last but not least, the herb that also exists in every Palestinian kitchen. If we're gonna live with only one thing in our pantry, it's za'atar. This is the great herb. It adds tons of flavor to your dishes, and we make the magic za'atar mix from it. And we'll cover that in another video. Za'atar, the closest thing that you can find in the US to za'atar is thyme. It tastes almost the same, but not identical. So if you're not fortunate enough to have access to the real thing, you can use thyme.